Hello, in today's video I'm going to talk about the new Mythic in the Elder Scrolls Online that has launched with Season 1, and that is the Prowler's Talisman. So first I'm going to go over what the Talisman does, and then we're going to go over how you get it, and then there's a very unique system with this Mythic that we're going to talk about, so let's get into it. Let you go into your collections here. It's down into the standard area where the Mythics are, and these are in alphabetical order, so you'll have to go down to the P section. Prowler's Talisman is here. So while you are wearing this item, while Battle Spirit is active, or excuse me, inactive, bracing while crouching turns you invisible for 10 seconds, and that can occur once every 45 seconds. And then there are upgrades that you can have applied to the Mythic. You can have an increased chance of successfully pickpocketing. Then you can have an upgrade where you deal critical damage and you have an increase to your maximum stamina and maximum magicka for 10 seconds. At 10 stacks, it is in the equivalent of 2,140. And then when you deal critical damage, you also increase your recovery if you have another upgrade. And that can equate to 180 recoveries at 10 stacks. So you can have either effect occur up to once per second. So they trigger for these two. Those two would trigger every other second if you're consistently doing critical damage. So if you're looking to obtain this mythic, what you need to do is you need to come to the Thieves' Den in the Daggerfall Thieves area, in the new area, and do the main quest mission. And it will be obtained while you are completing the Codex Caper quest line, which is the new quest. If you don't know how to get that overland or where to pick it up, you can pick it up in the Crown store. If you go into the quest starters area over here, and it is at the very top of the list here for the next 9 days. I'm fairly certain that the quest line is going to stay there. They're just only loading this quest here for the next 9 days. So you can pick it up there, and then it'll tell you where to go to do the quest. But then um, I'll go over the upgrades here in a second where you get the gems. But when you get a gem or an upgrade, then you need to take the mythic over here to this NPC here. Her name is Mylen Dechery, and she is the talisman expert. She will upgrade your talisman and apply the upgrades for you. She's not visible until you actually start doing the quest line. So if you get on one of your alternates and you walk up here and you haven't done the quest line, then she's not going to be standing here. But if you've done the quest line, then she appears here. So there are 4 upgrades that you can get once you have the item. I've already obtained one of them because of it is available in the actual quest line of the story. You get the mythic and then you get one of the gem upgrades. So if you go to the journal and you go to the achievements and then go into the recent seasons, it's up here in the general section, and it is called Walk in the Prowler's Boots. And this is an in progress for quite some time now. I'll cover that in a second. But um, as you can see, it lists all of the uh, a bit available upgrades that you can obtain. The first one there, the Codex Caper, is the main quest line for this story of the Thieves Guild for the Daggerfall Thieves' Den. And then the other one that I have collected, Racing into Nowhere, is actually part of the storyline as well. You'll obtain that during one of those missions. So I'll cover how you get the other 3 remaining because they are not just in a straightforward fashion. So the Gem of Deception is going to be obtained from rumors when those launch. So I'll cover that in a little bit here. So we can't obtain that until we get the rumors active in the game, and then the dynamic encounters. Obviously, you can obtain the gem of agility from the dynamic encounters. I've been doing those as much as I can recently. They're a little bit of a pain to catch when they're active, but if you happen to go by one of them and you've not obtained everything from those encounters, I highly recommend you farm those. There's quite a bit of stuff that you can obtain from there. A fragment from the house, as I covered in a previous video. Also, there are particles for the werewolf skill styles and vampire skill styles, as well as a new recipe for werewolves. So there's a lot of stuff you can farm from the dynamic encounters in addition to this upgrade to the mythic. So the last one is explore the nowhere vault to obtain the gem of cunning, and that is obtained once we are able to go into the Sage Vault. So I'll cover when those are going to be available now, since they recently released an update on the timeline on some of this stuff. So I've updated my in-game listing here. As you can see, Rumors and the Vault are not going to be available until September 21st. So if you've gotten everything else on those upgrades, then the we're just waiting for the Rumors and the Nowhere Vault to come live. So once you get your dynamic encounters, your Racing to Nowhere, and Codex Caper, then I would recommend go farming your other stuff that you're trying to complete. Maybe you've got some challenge difficulties to finish up. Those can be quite time consuming, depending on where you're going for those. But that is how you obtain and upgrade the Mythic. So we're kind of on hold for fully upgrading it until at least the September 21st date, when that gets added to the game in update 51, along with some other things. So that is how you do all that stuff. If you found this video helpful or interesting, please consider liking the video and subscribing to my YouTube channel. I have a very large catalog of videos on the Elder Scrolls Online, very wide variety of things that I cover. Check them out. If you go to my YouTube channel, go to the playlist tab and check out the playlist there. That they're all organized by what type of video they are, covering tanks, healers, DPS, general guides, crafting, farming, all kinds of stuff. Check them out. See if there's anything you like on there. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you in another video. Bye.